Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Son, what are you doing? Okay. All right, now we are up on Facebook. Let me make sure we're up on YouTube because YouTube be playing with me and we are good. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Happy Balanced Millennial Monday, y'all. I'm so excited to be on here again with y'all for the fourth month in a row. We are in Q2. And in Q2, we're talking about repair. We're talking about, in Q1, we talk about resetting. In Q2, we're talking about repair. So it's really, really big to be talking about a repair, y'all. It's a new moon. It's a new moon. It's an eclipse. We're in Aries season. So if you've been like about that action, if you've been like fiery and demanding and feeling like you the boss, basically, if you've been feeling like you on your boss shit, then this is definitely going to be for you. Because in order to really truly walk into your boss era, in order to really truly walk into an era where you are in control and you are the one making decisions in your life, then you have to really know how to use the energy around you. You have to know what needs to be repaired. You have to know what needs to be left alone, because a lot of times people are confusing what needs to be repaired or what needs to be left behind. And a really big way, and I no lie, I saw this on Twitter. I saw this on Twitter earlier, and someone said something along the lines of that person that's all the person or people that's always reaching out to you needing something. Don't respond to them for 48 hours and see what happens. Don't respond for 48 hours and see what happens. And I tell y'all, one of my favorite techniques, and one of my favorite techniques that I tell my clients to use, is a delayed response. So in this season, especially Aries season, Aries are all about action. They're all about getting that shit done. They're very creative. They have a lot of sexual energy. So when you're in this season of action, pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. Because that delayed response is really going to show you where you need to be putting your energy at. Because if someone gets a delayed response from you and their immediate response to your delayed response is anger, entitlement, reckless talking, y'all see JT and Young Miami arguing on Twitter and they supposed to be the best of friends. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you everybody that's on TikTok. Shout out to y'all. I can't even see YouTube. So if you're on YouTube too, shout out to you as well. But delay your response. So a lot of times you get caught up in other people's bullshit and you get caught up and you overwhelm your calendar, you overwhelm your schedule because you are not delaying your response. It's that simple. It's as simple as when someone is asking you to do something, just wait a couple hours. Wait till tomorrow. I'm really big on this. I'm really, really big on delayed response because a lot of times people will figure that shit out on their own. Like, it's easy to make someone else's problems your problem and feel like you have to respond now, react now, give an answer now, do something now when you're not delaying your response. When you delay that response, it allows you, first off, it allows the other person to figure that shit out themselves, especially if this is someone who sees you as their solution. Like, they're not going to think for themselves because they're just going to call you. They're not going to think for themselves because they're just going to hit you up. So start delaying your response, especially in this Aries season, especially while we have all these energetic things going on, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know about where your energy should be going. Because even just for example, right? I just moved. So just moved. Instead of immediately running to family and friends to say like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? I delayed that interaction because I was like, let me see what I can figure out on my own, because everybody has their own shit going on. Everyone is not going to be able to drop everything and run for you. This ain't Craig. This ain't Friday. Hey, everybody can't drop everything and run to you. So you want to start taking that into consideration in reverse. in a sense of like you don't have to drop everything and run to other people. So again, while we're talking about repair in Q2, remember in Q1 we talking about reset. If you did not do a reset yet, if you were still hyper focused on hitting really big extreme goals in Q1 and they didn't happen, you didn't hit your goals in Q1, please DM me so I can give you some more information about how to do a reset. Check out my other YouTube videos. Check out my website, premierpersonalgrowthfarm.com, and go get what you need in order to reset, because you cannot repair until you reset. Again, a calm nervous system, a regulated nervous system is the solution to everything. It is the solution to everything, because until your nervous system is regulated, until you've reset your nervous system, until you learn how to accept calm in your life without feeling anxious about it, because a lot of times people have a hard time accepting calm into their life, accepting healthy connections, accepting healthy relationships, healthy interactions, because your nervous system is so dysregulated that you don't know how to respond to healthy shit. You only know how to respond to toxic stuff. You only know how to survive and thrive in toxic environments. And so I want you to make sure that before you work on repair, which again, my Q2 focus is repair, my Q1 focus was a reset. But before you get to that repair stage, you need to do that reset. So reset looks very different for a lot of people. What I take my clients through is two phases for a reset, and then the third phase is a repair. So in that first phase, we are talking about your core values. When you are resetting, it's very, very, very important for you to get down to 3 core values, because what's going to happen is when you get into that repair phase, that's going to continue to be your focus when it's time to shift your behaviors, when it's time to shift your routines, when it's time to change the way that you're interacting with other people. And so, what I usually have my clients do is I'll show them a whole list of values, a whole big list. It might be like 100 values. And I want them to choose 10. From those 10 values, I break that down into 5. And then from those 5 values, I have them choose their top 3 core values. Now, this is very important to narrow it down to 3, because what you realize when you're looking at a large list of core values is that some of these values align. Some of these values go together. If family is a core value to you, then so it probably movie night with the family is probably going to be important to you. Traveling with family is probably going to be important to you. So you wouldn't necessarily need to list all of those, but the fact that family is a core value will help you expand how you interact with your family. So it's very, very important when you are resetting is to identify your core values, because you need to know where your focus is going to go. Because there's no way that you're going to be able to pay attention to every single thing that needs to be reset. Pick 3. Pick your big 3. I know the term big 3 is really big right now. Everybody's beefing. If this Aries energy, if this eclipse, if this new moon is not showing y'all that this shit is real because everybody's beefing, then I don't know what to tell you, because everybody is beefing. Okay. So again, focus on your core values. Focus on those core values. So once you focus on those core values in the reset, what's going to happen during that repair stage is that you are going to more so focus on how to incorporate those values into your daily routine. Now, when you're resetting, it's more about awareness. It's like, how have I been disconnected from these core values? What experiences have I had that caused me to be so disconnected from these core values? Were these core values important to me when I was a kid? Where did I get these core values from? Why is this important to me? So when you're resetting, it's really, really about awareness. It's really about increasing your awareness. It's really about being more knowledgeable of self in your day-to-day life, which is the key, y'all. It is the key when you're talking about repairing, when you're talking about repairing relationships, internal and external, when you're talking about repairing mindsets, when you're and we can interchange the word repairing with healing as well, because I do feel like that's a different stage than awareness. I do believe that awareness, not necessarily always the beginning, because you can start healing and gain awareness through healing. But I do believe that that is a very, very important stage, um, is to make sure that you are taking that time to to really increase your awareness before you start trying to change things around. Because what happens if you try to change things around, repair, if you try to repair before you reset, what's going to happen is you're just going to be in this constant cycle of saying you're going to do something, saying you're going to get something done, and then it not happening because realistically you don't have enough awareness about these actions to change them. And I also I'm an avid believer in not changing actions first, but incorporating more of what you want to do and taking away more of what you don't want to do. So I'm more so focused on replacing actions than I am with just creating completely new ones. You just want to replace some things. So like even when it comes to when we're talking about routines, and we're talking about a morning routine, night routine, before work, after work, break routine. Like routines are not just for these stagnant, or not even want to say stagnant. Routines are not just for these very specific times of the day. You could have a break routine. You could like this is what you do on break. You can go make some tea. Like you go stretch, go take a walk around the neighborhood. Like creating these routines in that repair phase and that repair stage is really going to set the tone for your next quarter, which again we'll get into that in Q3. Which Q3 is my favorite quarter. I'm a summer baby, so Q3 is gonna be like Q1 is reset, Q2 is repair, Q3 is all about like living this new lifestyle now. So Q3 is all about taking the reset, taking the repair, and living this entirely new lifestyle that you've created from by shifting your routines, by shifting your habits, and replacing them with just healthier ones. Which I'm really big advocate on healthy choices, healthy interactions, healthy engagements with others. Even on social media, like I miss a lot of like popular things going on, like in pop culture and stuff like that, because I'm going to see none of that weird shit. Like I only know that JT and Young Miami are beefing because when I was on Twitter, they were talking about it so much I had to go see what was going on. But normally I don't be knowing what's going on because I like to stay on the side of social media that focus on more positive things and more things that are pushing the collective forward. But again, we will be continuing in Q2 repair. I also I'm changing the way I do emails, y'all. Like I remember seeing a coach that I'm like inspired by, and she completely changed her email process. Like now her emails are only they're exclusive basically. Like she has an exclusive email list. Like if you're not a client of hers, if you've never like purchased a product or attended a training or anything like that, you don't have access to her email list. And so I am shifting into that business model as well. And so what I'm going to do is I will be relaunching my email in a couple weeks. And I'm going to ask my current email list because I have a really good open rate. Like usually open rates are like 4 or 5%. I get about 50% every single email, which is a really good open rate. So, but I want more engagement in my emails. Like I really enjoy writing my emails. I really enjoy like being able to share more about the work that I'm doing and the things that I offer. Because I offer a lot. Hey, Erica. I offer a lot of free trainings. I offer a lot of just information. Like I'm always sharing information. And I really want to change the way that I share information because it's like I want to be sharing information with people who want this information. Like I appreciate all support. But I'm just shifting into a place where I only want people who are intentional about being in that space to be receiving these emails because they're really good emails. They're like very informational, very engaging, and I just want to be more I guess exclusive about who receives my emails. And I also don't like the model of like having to push push something to get people on the email list. I'm I'm over it, y'all. Like I am the type I want a soft life in my business too. So, I am simplifying it for myself. But that's part of my repair. So not only am I working with my clients when it comes to resetting and repairing. But I'm doing the same thing for myself because that's part of my repair. Part of my repair is shifting the way that I do my business, shifting the way that I want to attract clients and that I want to attract not even just attract clients, but the way that I want to deliver information. Like even now, since I moved, my content is gonna be shifting a little bit. That's another reason why I haven't shared as much content because I knew that I was about to move and I was like, I knew this was gonna be hectic. So I like my energy has been there. But again, part of repair, y'all, is even part of repair is having the awareness to know when some things need to slow down so that other things can speed up. So I'm really, really, really big on that, even with my clients, is having a clear understanding of what needs your priority now and what can wait. Because that's a big part of repair. That's a big part of repairing your wellness, your own mental, is to just be able to make a choice. Like I was just on the phone with my cousin and she was talking about I'm so indecisive. And I think I heard somebody else say that they were indecisive earlier this week. And I'm just not really an indecisive person because I'm more so of like, let me weigh the pros and cons. What am I specifically looking for anyway? And I think a lot of times people are facing or having issues with being indecisive solely because it's just too many options. Like when you put too many options in front of you, it's easy to become indecisive. But if you limit it down to 2, 3, maybe 4 at max, it's really easy to be like these check the box, these don't. So I'm going with this one. And so I'm very much like that. And I do that kind of work with my clients too, because being indecisive creates a lot of confusion on your mission. It creates a lot of confusion in your with your long-term goals and your long-term plans, because what ends up happening is when you're being indecisive, it's hard for you to really repair and be in that repair phase because you're constantly second guessing yourself. I already know it, Aries. I already know it, Erica. Erica says she's a quick decision maker. And I'm someone who values quick decision makers because, and it's funny too, my best friend, and we always say like we are each other's soulmate, definitely. Like we're definitely soulmates. But it's funny because me and her both will know when the other needs to make the decision. Like I remember asking her something. I remember asking her, we were at a party one time, and I remember asking her something before we left the party, and she was like, I can't make a decision right now. You decide. And I was like, bet, decision made, let's go. And so it's like, and even that, I feel like that's a big part of the repair stage too, is like even the people that are around you, like even making sure the people are around you you're so in sync with each other that experiences like that happen on the regular. Like if it's me and I'm like, I can't decide, you decide, she'll make a decision. And it's also a trust factor too, which is part of repair. Yeah, there are so many parts of repair, I promise y'all. But that's part of repair too, is the trust factor, because like I said, she can trust me to make a quick decision, and I can trust her to make a quick decision. And that's also the same trust that in that repair phase you have to start having within yourself, because a lot of times when you're in the reset phase, you are unlearning a lot of the things that you've learned about how to trust yourself, about how to interact with yourself. Because when you're resetting, what's happening is you are taking all the experiences that you had and you are making yourself more aware of how they have impacted your life. Because a lot of times before you reset, you're playing the blame game. You are playing the blame game. You are the victim. You are everybody does you wrong, and all these negative mindsets that takes away from your power, that takes your power back. Whereas when you're in that repair stage, you are taking accountability, so that way you're able to trust yourself more. Because a lot of times when you are in victim mode and when you are in self-doubt, like you're living in self-doubt and you have all these negative emotions and feelings about your past experiences, it's easy to not trust yourself, because you'll start feeling like, oh, well, I made that decision last time and then that didn't end well for me. And so I don't believe that I can make decisions for myself. I don't believe that I can stand up for myself. I don't believe that I can make the best decision for myself in the long run. And that's what you have to work through in that repair phase. That's what you have to start attacking in that repair phase, is the lack of trust that you have with yourself, because you're still holding on to the decision that you made in the past. You're still holding on to the choices that you made in the past. But during that repair, you have to let that go. You have to let that go, because that's where you get your power back. That is where you get your power back. You get your power back by saying, I made that choice back then. I stood on business on that choice. That's what I did. That's what I wanted to do. It didn't work out the way that I wanted it to work out, but that's just going to be the reality of some situations, where it's like what you wanted to happen in the end is not what happened. That's just life. That's just a reality. I no lie, y'all, because I'm in a repair phase myself, y'all. Like, this is a never ending process. Like, even when I teach my clients this, and I guide my clients through this process, I let them know this is a never ending process. This is something that you're going to use and take with you for the rest of your life every single time you need it. You're always going to need a reset. You're always going to need to repair, because life happens, things happen. You have complications in your relationships. People pass away. You lose jobs, you lose opportunities. Like, life happens, things happen, life be lifing, okay? But when you know how to really break down your experiences, and how to take accountability for the role that you played in the experience that you had, and how to stop living in resentment and in guilt and all these negative feelings that makes it hard for you to really see um the good, to really see like how strong you were to have made it out these situations, to really see how smart you were to have maneuvered yourself out of these situations that nobody else around you has ever done. Nobody else around you has ever healed their bloodline the way that you're healing your bloodline. Like, these are brand new, especially for us millennials. Like, a lot of the things that we're doing, our parents never taught us how to do. Our parents never did it themselves. Our parents never had these conversations with us, and we're doing brand new things that we never saw happen ever in life. Ever in life. Like, even the work that I do, I thought it was so cool, because like, I don't post as much as I should on Facebook, but when I get my life together with this move, I am going to post more on Facebook. But I thought it was so cool, because my uncle just turned 50, and he's my uncle by marriage. He's my him and my aunt are together, my blood aunt. And he asked me at the Easter event on Sunday, and he was like, what's that program you be doing? And I'm just like, oh my God, like, y'all be seeing, y'all be seeing. But it's like, even when I told him what I do, like, that's not something that he's seen other people around him do. Like, that's not, we're doing brand new things. So what I'm teaching my clients and what I guide millennials through, it's not just for them, it's for their bloodline, because they teach these things to their kids. Their kids do these things with their friends. They're doing these things that, like, hey, they may be telling a teacher, like, hey, I do this at home, I love, can we do this in class? Like, the things that I am teaching my clients and the things that I talk about, on my platforms, it's for the bloodline, y'all. It's because we have the resources, we have the funds, we have the access, we have the ability, we have the power to do things that our ancestors, wanted us to do things that our ancestors wanted to do. And I feel like it would be a shame if we allow being a victim, if we allow guilt, if we allow thanks, Erica. Erica said I'm a witness. If we allow yeah, okay, pause. Also, one of the things, as part of, I feel like one of the big things as part of my own personal repair, is that I gotta start bragging. Like, shout out to Bianca, but she's always saying, like, turn your cocky up, and I'm just like, I need to really turn my cocky up for real. I feel like, like I said, once I get this house things fully situated, I'm gonna be on it for real, because my client Erica, she's like, I'm a witness. I have a client. I remember one of my clients from last year going from having anxiety every single day to not having anxiety for weeks at a time, because that's how good what I do is. And I remember having imposter syndrome even last year, even like watch if I go back and watch our sessions and watch, the progress that she made and even the lifestyle she lives now. Like she lives great now. Like I remember her always being anxious, overwhelmed. She had really bad social anxiety to the point where she never went anywhere. My girl be traveling now. She goes to concerts now. She she dresses up, like she prioritizes herself now. She's learned that taking care of herself is what needs to be done first. Like a lot of times, especially as mothers, as millennial parents, like a lot of us have been told that we have to take care of everybody else first, especially as women, especially as Black women. We already saved the world as is. Yeah, we already saved the world as is, and so a lot of times as Black women, we are not choosing ourselves first. We come last a lot of times. We will knock everything off our to-do list except for the things that are going to push our growth, except for the things that are going to help us level up in our life. But we'll help our partner level up. Whatever that man need, whatever research he need, whatever job, whatever clothes, whatever it is, we will help him level up. We will make sure the kids have everything they need to level up. Our friends, everyone around us will get the energy needed to level up. But then we'll be so far down on the list that we're too tired. Like by the time it's time to get to us, we're too tired. So when I work with my clients, that's one of the first things that we break is we have to have a clear understanding that you have to come first before you're taking care of other people. Oh, thank you. Canario said it's so good. The growth tool's been crazy, but you always been this person. Everyone needs your program. Yes, everyone needs this program. So if you are a millennial and you are having a hard time like prioritizing yourself, you're having a hard time managing your time mindfully, you're having a hard time really just take making a plan and sticking to it, then yes, you need to join the program. PremierPersonalGrowthFirm.com. Book a call with me. Free consult. Would love to talk to you. Oh, yeah, Canary said that man will leave you. Y'all, when I found out, when the nurses were saying that men are like women that get sick usually end up dying alone because their husbands will like leave them while they're sick, I was like, oh, they need to go to hell. They need to go to hell because they do and they will, and you will do it. And then it's like I've learned too, just with my own personal experience and then with the experience of those around me, the more that you give a man that ain't giving you shit, the less he respects you, the less he values you, the less he takes you serious. All those things that you say you want, he's never going to give them to you because he's been able to get everything from you without giving you anything. So yes, that man will leave you. That woman will leave you. That person will leave you because a lot of times when you put someone on a pedestal who knows that they don't necessarily deserve to be there, all they do is resent you for everything that you do for them. So all the times that you found a job that they were highly qualified for and sent it to them, they really low key was pissed off that you felt the need to do that for them. All the times you made sure they had lunch money, all the times, just the simplest, smallest little cute things that someone who respects and values you would cherish, but someone who doesn't just sees you as a pushover. Like, oh, I can get this out of her. I can get this out of him. I can, get this and I don't have to do shit. And you know what's crazy? Y'all, I have heard men say this about women they date. Like, swear, first off, when men are talking to me, they tell me all their business. I'm like, why would I want to date you after you done told me all of this? Like, thank you for being honest, but I'm good, love. But I've definitely heard men say like, oh, I ain't never had to do all that. I ain't never had to buy no lunch. I ain't never had to send no money. Never had to get no nails done. Like they say these things out loud to people. So yeah, make sure that whoever you're giving your energy to, they can reciprocate. And they don't have to reciprocate in the exact way that you do it, but in a way that aligns for you. Like I remember seeing a post recently, and then again, this is part of the repair process, is even making those changes. So I remember seeing recently where it was like One of the friends, she had social anxiety, so like the idea of ordering food at a restaurant, just like absolutely not. Her other friend was broke, but she don't have social anxiety. And so what they do is homegirl with the money pays for the food, homegirl that doesn't have social anxiety orders the food. They have a blast together. They have a ball together. So that's what I mean when I mean like finding someone who can reciprocate is, and it's not just really, romantic relationship, of course, friendships too, because that was a friendship example. But finding people in your circle who can reciprocate in that way, like they don't have to offer exactly what you offer, but what they offer should fit together. It should fit together. Because if there's something that you're lacking, but they're good at, and vice versa, then that's where y'all fit. That's where y'all mesh. That's where y'all go together. So as we continue to talk about repair, and as we continue working on repairing in Q2, please, please, please make sure that you are taking all the awareness that you gained in Q1 during your reset. Take all that awareness and start using that awareness to start shifting these behaviors. Start paying more attention to the people that you want to keep and the people you want to get rid of. Start paying, and also if there are not people around you that you want, like you don't really have, like the people around you don't really have the characteristics, or they don't have the personality or whatever it may be. Start manifesting that. Start manifesting that. Start being really, really clear with the universe what you want, so that way when it's presented to you, it's easy to say yes or no. It's easy to decide if you want to move forward with this person or if you don't. So make it very, very clear what you want in a friend, what you want in a partner, what you want in a job. Make it be very specific. I posted this TikTok video earlier where it was talking about when your manifestation comes true, but you weren't specific enough. Be specific, especially on this new moon. Be specific, because you will get what you want, and there will be some things missing that you didn't think about that you're gonna want. But you're not gonna realize you want it until you get it and it's missing. So be specific. Take the limits away. A lot of times when people are manifesting and they're using this moon energy to get the things they want, they limit themselves. And so once you start putting a limit on what you can even manifest, you're definitely going to get a smaller version of it. Like you're definitely not going to get the full package, solely because you don't believe that you deserve it. You don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe that you can bring that into your life. But as we continue talking about repair, you're going to learn. You are going to learn how to bring this into your life, how to stay consistent with your plans, how to create a plan. Actually, that's what we'll talk about next Monday. We'll actually create a plan. Let me make a note, because your girl will forget. I'll forget. It'll be gone. It'll be a lost memory. But yeah, so next Monday we're gonna make a plan. So next Monday y'all need to bring y'all pen, y'all paper, y'all journal. Get the visionary journal from Amazon. Type in the visionary journal Key Andrew Ware on Amazon, and get your visionary journal and bring it to our meeting next Monday. Bring it to our meeting next Monday. Next Monday, let's create a plan. We're gonna create your balanced pathway plan live. Now I charge $80 for these sessions for a balanced pathway planning session. We're gonna do that shit live next week. So if you got friends who you know need to do that, who need to create a plan, who need to make it very clear about what they are bringing, what they're attracting into their life, what they want in their life, what they want to manifest into their life, invite them to the live next Monday. Remember, you can join on YouTube, you can join on Facebook, you can join on TikTok. But make sure you are present. Make sure you are here next Monday, because we're gonna do a balanced pathway plan live next Monday. So if you need some clarity, if you need to make it real clear about where you're going in Q2, then come on next Monday, and we're gonna do the plan live. Yeah, make sure. Thank you, Canario. Make sure y'all invite some people to the live next Monday. Let them know we live, because that's gonna be lit. And I would love for y'all to drop a testimony too after we do the balance pathway plan, because like I said, I charge $80 for these sessions one-on-one. But let's do it live together. Let's do it live together and create a plan for Q2. What are you gonna repair in Q2? What is your focus in Q2? Again, I talked about in the beginning where I show that big list of core values and then I bring it down to 10. From that 10, bring it down to 5. From that 5, bring it down to 3. I love this that y'all, the word lost me. It'll come back. I love doing that because again, a lot of times people have a hard time focusing on what matters because there are too many things that matter right now. You can't get to the next level like that. You can't get to the next level focusing on every single thing. You have to focus on what's important right now in the present, what needs your attention. And then after you deal with those things, then you can move on to the next thing. So again, next week we're going to do the Balanced Pathway Planning session live at 9 p.m. on for the Balanced Millennial Monday. Make sure you share, invite a friend, let them know what we're doing. If you know some people who need some clarity about their path, about what's next. Oh, and I'll bring my tarot cards, y'all. I'm gonna start doing tarot every Monday too, because I want to start getting into. Only reason why I don't do tarot online is because every single person I have ever seen do tarot cards online, people end up creating fake pages, and I just don't feel like dealing with that. I just don't feel like dealing with that. It is not that serious. Like, I just don't feel like dealing with people creating fake pages and then charging people for readings and people paying them, even though that's not my account. I just don't feel like dealing with that, to be honest. I don't feel like dealing with, I just don't. And that may be a blocker for me. And that's the reason why I don't really do readings online. But next week, I'm gonna start incorporating my tarot cards in there because I wanted to do it today, but again, I'm in my new house now, and my tarot cards are in my mom's house still. I didn't grab them. I know they scam so bad, and then you don't even have to be like I have over 1,000 followers on TikTok. If I start doing tarot cards on TikTok, I literally have enough followers for people to start making fake pages of me, and I just don't want to deal with it. Nor do I want people who aren't smart enough to realize that it's a fake page paying someone and then coming at me crazy because I'm gonna cut your ass out. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I tell people all the time, do not let this peace, love, and hair grease get you cussed out. Because hey, I am very balanced. I'm a very balanced woman. I will cuss your ass out for playing with me and for talking crazy. So yeah, I don't want to act like that on the internet. You know, I don't want to be like that. So that's really the main reason why I don't do tarot on here for real. But I do want to start incorporating it. And so I will have my cards next week. So even that. So we're gonna do the Balanced Pathway plan. We're gonna do a Balanced Pathway plan live next next Monday, 9 p.m. And I have my cards. So drop a question. I do a free one free card pull. And I do that every week. You know, I'm all for it. But another thing about it is that all people want is a love. Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you, Icy Sugar. All people want is a love reading. Y'all know, like, I got so tired of people asking me about folks' husband. I literally upped the price on my love reading because I was like, no, don't ask me about nobody else's husband. If you're gonna ask me about somebody else's husband, you have to pay me more money. Because if you wanna bother spirit that bad about that man's husband, it's just gonna cost you more money to do it, or go get another reader. Because no, I was tired of answering questions. That spirit, my cards is not going to tell you that that's your man. It's not. My cards are not going to tell you that. So, yeah, I offer career readings. I offer financial readings. I offer general 3-card readings. I offer yes or no readings with the explanation and without an explanation. So I offer multiple readings, but people were going crazy on the love reading to the point I was like, it's not fun. Like, I don't enjoy being asked about somebody else's husband. So yeah, I definitely shifted the price of that one solely because I was tired of being asked about love. And I feel like love, if your bank account, I don't even know how to say this nice. If your bank account does not have, a certain amount of funds in it, we shouldn't be talking about love. Like, if you are struggling in your day-to-day life, We shouldn't be talking about love. We should be talking about your finances. We should be talking about what blockers and what blockages you have that you need to move forward from. Because a lot of times people, even when we talk about resetting, a big part of resetting is getting rid of those blockages, because when you're repairing, those blockages should already be gone, because now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying, excuse me, you're going to be trying, not trying, but you're going to be working to start shifting behaviors around. If you still have blockages, nothing you shift around is going to work. Nothing you shift around is going to work. If you still have not worked through your blockages, which is a big part of resetting, none of that is going to work. So even during Q1, we talked about a reset. I really, really heavily focus on a heart chakra reset because I'm a lover. I believe that love is the answer. Shout out to Beyonce. So I believe love is the answer. I believe that loving yourself and loving others is like such a big healer. So the heart chakra was one of the focuses that I had in Q1 when it was about a reset, was unblocking your heart chakra. And I actually have a blog post on my website, again, premierpersonalgrowthfarm.com. I have a blog post on my website about blocked heart chakra. So if you're like wondering, like, damn, do I have a blocked heart chakra? Is this my blockage? What can I do to get rid of it? Go check that blog post out, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it to your any friend that you feel like, you know, would benefit from reading it. And if you ever have any like specific requests about blogs that you would like to read, like maybe you look for a blog and you couldn't find it, but it relates to, you know, what I do, then let me know. I'm always open for requests. Always open for requests. And then I'll have new blog posts up probably next month as I go through creating new content and creating new just new information to share out, especially as we're talking about repair for Q2. So again, next Monday, we're doing the Balanced Pathway Planning Session live, and I'm going to do a one card tarot. So if you have a question that's not about love, if you have a question that's not about love, bring that question next week. Share this with someone who you feel is going to benefit from this next week. I am here live every single Monday, y'all. I have not missed a Monday all year. Shout out to me for being consistent. So every single Monday we are here. Next Monday we're going to do the plan. We're going to do a little tarot card, and then I'm going to do the tarot card every single week because I like going off of energy when I'm talking to y'all, to be honest. Like there are times where I have a script, like I'll have a whole script for the Balanced Millennial Mondays on days where I'm like, no, y'all need to get this specific message. But a lot of times I like going off energy. So I like pulling cards and telling y'all what needs to be said based on what I pull. So I'm feeling that. So we'll start doing that next week as well. And thank y'all for joining me. I sure appreciate it, especially everybody that is here every week. Don't forget to share. Check out my website, premierpersonalgrowthfarm.com. I know, right? If you're interested in becoming a client, I offer 15-minute consultations where we just hop on the phone real quick. And you tell me what's going on with you. I tell you how I can help. It's as simple as that. And again, thank y'all for joining. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm excited. And I will see y'all next week. Don't forget Balanced Pathway Planning Session. And we'll do the tarot cards next week. So bring a friend, bring a question, bring a journal, get the Visionary Journal from Amazon. And I appreciate y'all. Good night.